Hello and welcome to my review of the Point Break Heist DLC in Payday 2. Point Break Heists were released on December 3rd and includes 2 new heists, 6 new songs by Simon Vickland, a new pistol, 4 new melee weapons, masks, patterns and materials. So, first let's quickly get to the masks, patterns and materials. They're shown on screen now, so you can really be the judge of whether you think they look good or not. I personally think they look alright, but there isn't really anything particularly outstanding to me. Right, now let's get a brief look at the melee weapons, the most notable weapon being the ice pick. It has almost the exact same stats as the katana, which matches it in terms of damage, knockdown and charge time. However, it does have 30 concealment instead of 27, and it has slightly less range and obviously slower attack speed. Overall, it's a pretty strong melee weapon, and it is a good alternative to the katana if you want a high concealment build, but you want to retain the damage output of the katana. And the rest are really just filler. The machete is just a reskin of the machete knife, the diving knife is a reskin of the trench knife, and the selfie stick is just a reskin of the telescopic baton, so pretty lazy stuff there. Anyway, moving on. The new pistol you get is called the Baby Deagle, and it's similar to the Deagle pistol that you already know and love. They both have the same base damage, but the Baby Deagle has better stability, concealment, rate of fire, magazine size, and total ammo out of the box, while the Deagle has higher accuracy. The Deagle, however, does have access to more weapon mods than the Baby Deagle, including the extended magazine. All in all, though, they handle very similarly, so there isn't really anything noteworthy here, though if I were to choose one or the other, I'd probably have a slight preference for the Baby Deagle. And lastly, the meat and potatoes of this, the 2 heists. The first heist is called Beneath the Mountain, where you break into a series of vaults which are located in a command center beneath the mountain. You have to fight through swarms of murky water guards to get there, then you use cameras to locate the loot inside the vaults. Once you've got the loot, you can then escape to a nearby helicopter. The heist itself is very intense, and initially has spawns that remind me of the Diamond. There are often lots of enemies clumped together that swarm from all directions. As you progress into the vault area, the sightlines do get a bit longer and you have a lot more room to move around or retreat back into. Enemies still come from all directions, but they don't come as thick and fast, so it is pretty manageable. Once you secure the loot and get outside, there's a lot of long sightlines with an infinite assault wave triggering once you begin to refuel the helicopter. All in all, it's a pretty fun heist. It's not too restrictive in terms of what weapons you can take into it, and it's relatively quick to complete as well. The actual core mechanics of this heist isn't anything new though. You still need to wait for vaults to unlock, you still need to open doors with a blowtorch, and you have a keycard as well. So there is a lot of waiting which goes on, but unlike other heists where you just wait and defend a drill, it actually seems like there's a lot more going on. Further to this, you do have the feature of looking into vaults with a camera before actually opening it, so train heist, and the whole thing feels very new and refreshing, even though the core mechanics themselves aren't. Now, on to the next heist, Birth of the Sky. This heist is honestly the most enjoyable heist I think I've ever done in this game. Like Beneath the Mountain, it's pretty fast, intense, and jam-packed with action. You start on board a plane, you fight your way through a bunch of murky waters, you grab a parachute and jump out of the plane, just like something out of an action film. Once you get to the ground, you have to secure the pallets of money which you also drop down from the plane, which Locke will then pick up from his helicopter. This section of the heist can feel a little tedious if you don't secure all the loose money quickly, but that's my only real complaint here. Also, like Beneath the Mountain, it's friendly to all kinds of weapons. You can lock down buildings for close combat, there's long sight lines down and across the road, and plenty of alleyways and ladders which you can use to access all of the available terrain on the map. After you've secured the money, you escape down the sewers. Then one player will drive a boat to your escape, while the others shoot the enemies on the riverbanks. As with Beneath the Mountain, the XP and money aren't that great, but the heist can be done pretty quickly, so that does somewhat mitigate this complaint. So, should you buy this DLC? Honestly, I think that depends. If you have a regular group of friends, only one of you needs to buy this DLC to enjoy the heists, as only the hosts needs to own it. The best thing about this DLC is the heists themselves, obviously, and the other parts of it I think can generally be overlooked without missing out on anything too significant. So in that respect, you don't actually need to buy the DLC itself in order to enjoy it. If, however, you would like to have the new pistol, masks, patterns, materials, and the soundtrack, or if you just like hosting your own games, I do recommend that you buy it when it's on sale for what would be around the same price as a drill. If you have enough money to spend now, though, at full price, you probably won't regret it either, so that is an option too if you have enough disposable income. Overall, this is one of the best map packs that I think Overkill has put out. It's probably the best and the most fun I've had since the Big Bank was released, which is quite a long time. The heists are a solid 10 out of 10. There's few faults with them, they are well designed, they look really nice, and most importantly, they're really, really fun to play. The rest of the DLC I'd honestly, though, have to give a 5 or maybe a 6 at best, depending on how much you like the pistol. It really is filler for the most part, though the soundtrack is good. Simon Vickland, again, knocks it out of the park there. The ice pick is a decent melee weapon and a good alternative to the katana, and the baby Deagle is a pretty nice pistol as well. I mean, I like it anyway. Anyway, I hope some of you find this review helpful. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.